Hey everyone, Corey Moon here and welcome to my channel. We're here with another Hooked on the Look video for you. In this episode, we have Hannah Tittensor. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hannah is someone who is obsessed with tanning, and in my opinion, she is blackfishing. If you're not sure what blackfishing is, it's a term that's used when people that are typically not people of color, so typically white people, tan or use other characteristics of black people, and people often mistaken them for being black people. Recently, it's been in the news a lot, and there's been a lot of controversy around this topic, and I just thought it was going to be a great video to look at with this Hooked on the Look video.
Other girls are like, I can't live without having my nails done, this, that, and the other. I just can't live without having a tan. It's pure and simple. It makes me happy. All girls on Instagram that I see, girls I know, all wear a fake tan or get spray tans. So why not do some bits instead of wearing makeup on your body, basically?
Okay, so I know a lot of people that get tans, natural tans, spray tans, use tanning beds. And the difference between them and this girl is they don't do it to the point where people think they're a whole nother race.
People saying that I wanted to be a black woman and was trying to switch races and stuff just because I'm tanning. I don't really care. These people don't actually know me.
Now, it would be one thing if she was just tanning and she was as dark as she is, but there's so much more to this. I mean, this woman, she uses braids, she uses twists, she uses textured, curly, coarse hair that looks like an African-American woman's hair. It looks like someone that is from the Caribbean's hair or Africa's hair. That is not normal. That is not just your tanning. That is beyond that. You are taking on a whole lot of other characteristics of people from a culture. I don't know why she's acting like we're stupid and we can't see it, because it's not that hard to tell that that is what she was trying to do.
Basically, I'll close my wee shutter and I'll go down, and then I get in and there's a wee start button. I just press the start button and it'll all just flash up and come on. It makes your complexion look a lot like nicer, like glowing. You kind of get a glow, like your skin's looks a lot better. That's what I like about it.
Okay, I'm sorry you guys, but this wig, this fucking wig, all of that thievery, and she couldn't steal a decent wig. Sucks, sis, sucks.
When I was younger, I always wore fake tan. I hated it because I see when it washes off, it starts going patchy and like...
She really could have stopped here, and while some people might think this tan is still too much, I personally do not have a problem with this kind of tan, but I don't think that she would continue doing it that light, because that doesn't come with attention. It doesn't come with the looks and like just being someone that you're not. And I fully think that all of this roots from insecurity and her having low self-esteem.
When I started going out with Ben, he was already doing sunbeds. And then my brother came in one day and he was so dark. And then we were like, what happened? Like, how did you get that colour? He's like, oh, tanning injections. And then Ben started taking them and he loved them, and he was so dark.
It's called melanotan too. It basically changes the melanin in your skin, so it will make you darker than you're normally meant to be.
I was like, oh my god, that's quite frightening. You know, like injecting something into your body, but it's really not that bad. Okay, it kind of is like, but it doesn't hurt.
So a lot of people get on this woman about the harm she's putting on her body and the risk of cancer. At the end of the day, it's her personal choice, and we all make choices. There are a ton of things that we do as people that are really harmful to us. People smoke, we drink, we eat horrible food, unprotected sex, drugs. I mean, there's people that walk on the edges of buildings. Like, you know, there's a whole bunch of things that we do that could damage and hurt us. So I'm not going to cast judgment on something like that, because there's things I do that could harm me in the long run. And I fully know that. We're all capable of making our own decisions in life. So this is something I'm not going to come down on her about. But don't get me wrong, she looks a fool.
The only side effect would be like the first few days of taking it. You feel sick and it sort of suppresses your appetite. But some people would say that that's a good thing. So, I like it.
Side note, this woman also photoshops her photos to make her waist appear a lot smaller than it is. And if you haven't seen my video on influencers who Photoshop their photos and just like the harm that it causes within our society, then check that out for sure. With Hannah, it seems like her self-esteem is incredibly low and that overall she's just not happy with her body and herself in general. Someone who is happy with themselves does not change their appearance so drastically or have an already fit body and then alter their photos on top of it to look even more smaller. That's not what people do when they're happy with themselves.
Other people attack me online, just that kind of thing. I have a few people obviously who do say nice things. If you type in blackface onto Instagram or even Google, my new muck one, just for having a tan. Quite an extreme tan, I know that, but
I don't know about you guys, but if it was me in this situation and I had a lot of negativity coming towards me about a specific topic or something that I talked about, something that I did, I would have to seriously look at myself and say, why do so many people have an issue with this? And it would let me know that maybe something I'm doing isn't correct. And it just seems like she doesn't want to have any blame in this at all. She's almost playing the victim role, like, woe is me, I get so much hate online. Well, did you ever think that if you stop trying to pretend to be a black person, then people wouldn't hate you? It's really simple.
she's really dark, but she doesn't think it. But she is. For this whole side of too many sunbeds with skin cancer and stuff, there's a risk of the cancer. But there's no dropping to Hannah. Hannah's Hannah. Her whole image is all to do with insecurity, I think. And she, without all that, she's absolutely stunning. And she just doesn't know it. So, doesn't listen to you when you tell her anyway.
Exactly. It seems like someone she knows has some common sense or the ability to understand maybe there's a real underlying issue here with Hannah. Hannah is so insecure and it's oozing out with every sentence, photo, injection. Of course, tanning doesn't mean that you're automatically insecure. That's not what I'm saying at all. But people do not tan to this extent. And that's where you're seeing the insecurities come from. She's unrecognizable. I'm sure if her mother had not known that she was doing this and she just hadn't seen her for 10 years and then one day she saw her walking down the street and she was as dark as she is, she probably would just pass her and be like, oh, that girl kind of resembles my daughter. But I didn't have a black kid, so it can't be her.
I'm sort of happy at the colour we are at the minute. Because obviously, I have been told it looks silly when I'm really, really, really dark. So, I'm sort of keeping it a normal colour.
Where does it go from here?
Stays the same.
Just stay the same. No darker at the minute. Till we're going holiday in the summer probably. And that'll probably spark up again a lot of abuse. But I suppose we're used to it by now.
A lot of people might not see this as a big deal, but it can be very harmful. Now, again, I see no issue with tanning. Many people tan around the world, and a little tan looks great on anyone, especially if you have uneven skin. It's just really nice to even out your whole skin tone. Also, who doesn't like looking like they just came back from a beach vacation for 5 days straight? Like, I know I like that look too, okay? But you cannot treat people of color as if they are a trend. You can't put on and take them off as you see fit. We do not live in a world where we don't have racism, discrimination, hate, violence. And until we do, you just can't pick and choose what you want from another culture. That's not how it works. There are black men and women being told right now, today, that their hair and certain parts of them, their bodies, are unprofessional and not allowed in certain workplaces or at school. And then when you have white people that take on these different trends, like the hair and now the tanning, it's like a slap in the face, to be honest. When they do it, it's trendy and fashionable. And when we do it, it's unprofessional. And that's not fair. This woman is lying to everyone and also herself. And honestly, she should be disgusted with herself. I can only hope that one day she sees the errors that she's making and maybe she'll start to love herself enough to not want to be something she's not. But until then, I guess people will just continue to call her out for her bullshit. If anyone wants to learn more about blackfishing and more reasons on why it's just not acceptable and why people should not do it, I'm gonna link a video in the description box below, and it's a girl named Annie Nova who does an amazing job of explaining why blackfishing is so harmful in society. So definitely check her video out. Now, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you see this as being something that's harmful, or do you think that everyone's just making a big deal over nothing? Is Hannah's look too extreme, or do you think she looks good? Comment below and let me know what you think. That's it for this video, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.